Hi quilters, it's December and that means it's time to pick our project of the month for December. And since there's only 1 month left, we know it's going to be project number 10. So my project 10 is a project that is already kind of cut out. It's one of my patterns called Quirky Quarters. I'm using a fat quarter bundle from AGF called Flight Path. So really fun, pretty colors. And it's already cut out, so hopefully that means I can get it done this month. Should be fun and easy to do. All right, so you're probably wondering how I did on my November project. And I have to confess, it wasn't my best month. I caught a cold and I was sick for a little while, and so it was a little struggle to get some quilting time in. So I did part of my project. This is made from a bunch of pieces I had from a quilt I'd made a while back. And instead of making a quilt top out of it, I decided just to piece all the random pieces together and then add a couple borders and put it on the back of another quilt that I'd been waiting to find a back for. So all these pieces in the center were just the random pieces I had in my bucket. And I just started piecing them together kind of willy-nilly, didn't really pay much attention to it. And then made them into rows and separated them out with the extra fabric that I had left over. And then added a band on each side. And then I only needed one length of fabric to make the parts for the side pieces to make a backing. So I kind of picked this other fabric. I thought it kind of went with it. Looks kind of pretty. And there's fairies on this fabric. And so I thought the butterflies was a good complement to that. And the colors match too. So I didn't make a quilt. I made a quilt back. And the back it's going to be on also has red in it. And this is just an old project that a quilt, one of my very first quilts I ever made, it was a puff quilt. And I finally took it apart, put it back together into a quilt. And I know it's probably not worth anything to anybody except me, but I thought it'd be fun to have it for a car quilt or put on the couch. And then I thought this would be the perfect backing for it, because if I put a binding on it in red, it'll look good from this side and this side, and it'll kind of be a two-sided quilt. So I'm kind of excited about that, and I got something done anyway. Hopefully I can get it quilted sometime in the next year. And the other pieces that I didn't get to, I decided I had a hard time coming up with ideas to make with these. So I decided I'm just going to put it back in a bag, put it by my sewing machine so I can look at it every once in a while and kind of figure out what to do. So if you didn't get a project done this month or any month this last year, don't feel bad, because it happens. It's not that big a deal. Just keep working at it. All right, so at the end of this month, we'll have a recap, kind of go over our year and all the things we got done. And we need to start thinking about next year. So we're going to do this again in 2024. So if you haven't been playing along, give it some thought. Think of some projects you want to get together and put in bins, and let's get to work on them. Thanks for watching, and happy quilting.